Hello. How are you all? I told you I'd be back. One thing though is I forgot to put a posting up telling you what time I was going to go live. I fucking forgot. I'm sorry. And we're in my bedroom. We're going live from my bedroom because my boyfriend and everybody's downstairs. So the TV's on. It'll be loud and fucking distracting. So we're hiding up in the bedroom. And so I'm only going to be able to go live for about a half hour because I'm in the midst of cooking dinner. I'm cooking my boyfriend's favorite dish, which is chicken and biscuits. It's the first time I've ever made it. So that's going on downstairs. So I'll have to go check on shit in a minute, but I'm here like I said I would be. Hey, Lone Wolf Heart. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone? Does anybody care about the Super Bowl? I'm not going to lie to you. I don't. No offense to any of you that are really into it. I don't care. I just want to see the halftime show. That's all I care about. Not that that's what we want to talk about right now. And I can't help but the echo. Man, we're in my bedroom, you know. How's everyone today? Jamie's here. What's up, bitch? How are you? I miss you. How have you been? I did not pick these shades. I did not pick these out. These are not my fault. Don't judge me. Okay. They came with the place. All right. I'll stop talking shit. Yeah, I care about Rihanna too. That's why I'm going to watch the halftime show. But nothing more than that. I just like the food. Me too. Me too. I do not care about the Super Bowl. That's what I'm talking about. I do not either. Other than the halftime show. Question, when I affirm, does SP get thoughts? Yes. Yes, we're all connected in consciousness, one consciousness. I'm sure what you're thinking is, well, if I'm affirming, let's say I'm affirming for them to contact me or that we're in constant contact and they're not taking the action. So are they actually even getting the thoughts? Yes. And, you know, my way of thinking is think about yourself. When someone pops up in your mind, do you instantly pick up your phone and decide to fucking text them? Even if it's someone you really, really care about and like and would love to talk to. But we don't. We don't instantly take that action. Doesn't mean you're not thinking about the person. So I'm just saying, use that analogy. However, it's the repetition, which is, you know, repeatedly showing up in their mind that they eventually take that action. So if that's where your question was going, maybe it wasn't, but I get it all the time. So I'm just used to just giving the full damn answer. But yes, we are all one consciousness, all one. So yes, when you're affirming, when you're visualizing, when you're scripting, when you're doing anything, using your imagination, manifestation, yeah, your person is thinking of you. And, you know, like inner conversations, like, you know, I've had people come back and repeat what I said in inner conversations. So yes, they're getting the thoughts. 100%. This is your first fashion. What is it? Fab Lane Jules. Fab Lane Jules. And she's one of my regulars on my YouTube live streams. It's your first time catching me here. Yes. Love it. How are you, Fab Lane? How are you? Thank you, Lone Wolf Heart. Ooh, it just updated. Hold on. Thank you, Cheryl. Ooh. Okay. What does it mean when I dream of the opposite of my desire? It doesn't have to mean a damn thing. Doesn't have to mean a damn thing. A lot of people panic when they have bad dreams in response to what they're manifesting. And it could be a couple of things. Number one, dreams. Well, I'm going to share a couple things here, but dreams are usually just the brain processing. So you could have been thinking about that right before you fell asleep and then you dreamed about it. It could, you know, some people have the school of thought that, you know, it could be, you know, if you're manifesting, say, a specific person, and then you have a dream that they're choosing the third party over you, that's just a fear that obviously was in your mind, and that's why you had the dream. It doesn't have to mean anything. Dreams do not manifest unless you decide to marinate on the dream, right? And by marinate, I'm just saying you with repetitive thinking about the dream, fearing the dream, sitting in the dream, sitting in it, sitting in it, sitting in it. Well, that's utilizing your imagination. That's no different than affirming. So then it manifests. So no, dreams don't instantly manifest. So if it was a bad dream, you do not have to worry about it. I will say that there is a different school of thought about dreams, and I kind of like it. And I'm kind of accepting that it's a possibility. And think about it. When you fall asleep, you are unconscious, right? Essentially. I had one of my friends in the manifestation community say to me that, they see it as leaving this reality and going to another reality. And I would have to be a limited bitch to think that that's not a possibility. So it could be just that. But even if it were you hopping to a different reality, which why wouldn't we? Why couldn't we do it? We're back to consciousness when you think about it when we fall asleep. So to me, I'm open to that. And I like to stay open. You all should stay open. What I mean by open is open-minded. Open-minded instead of thinking about limits. But even if it was you hopping to another reality, which is basically what a deja vu is. A deja vu is just, all right, let me explain this. So there are infinite states, which means infinite versions of you. Well, that means infinite realities. And they're all realities that you have access to at any given moment. And I like to say moment by moment, thought by thought, right? So thank you. Thank you, Limitless Queen. Batch. Thank you so much. Thank you, Angry Jack. That's all I see is Angry Jack. Don't see your full name. So you have access to these realities at all times. And I kind of think of it like the realities are driving through you, right? So when you have your deja vu moments, that's, in my opinion, it's not necessarily that you feel like you've lived this before or had that moment before. It's more of, yeah, it was probably happening in another reality. And if you have access to all the infinite realities, it was just you experiencing like the reality crossover, like a reality crossover moment. That's what I believe deja vu is. Because if we have access to any reality moment by moment, why wouldn't it be that? You see what I'm saying? Isn't it comforting to think of that, though? You can just jump to any reality you want. If you don't like this one, just start changing your thinking. It's really that easy. It's not as complicated as other people make it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That was long-winded. So no, it doesn't matter. Like, let's say if you were dreaming and you went to another reality and you didn't like it, that's okay. That doesn't mean it's going to manifest. That doesn't mean you're going to be stuck in that reality. It doesn't mean anything unless you decide it do or does. So, that kind of goes along with the thinking of you make the rules of manifestation, you as the individual. Like, for example, if you're someone that doesn't like to affirm, you only like to visualize, that's fine. You're going to manifest by your visualization. That is okay. Someone who doesn't like to visualize, they only like to affirm. That's also fine. They can just affirm and they're going to get what they want. You're making the rules. See what I'm saying? So we never have to fear anything because we're the boss. We're the boss. And it's fun as fuck to be delusional. You know what I mean? So yeah, I know that was long-winded. I'm talky today. Does anxiety block your manifestation from coming in? No. And if that were the case, I would not have a boyfriend. I would not have other wonderful manifestations coming in. No. Because I have moments of anxiety. I used to have, generalized anxiety. So no, but listen, if you're having anxiety all the time, let's work on getting rid of that shit, right? You can heal yourself. There's no reason why you got to be all tensed up all the time. Let's take a look at what is causing the anxiety. Let's take a look at that, right? There's never anything to fear. So if it's not generalized anxiety, which I understand, even in that, you can heal that. What's causing you to be anxious? Let's take a look at that. Who are we being in that moment? Who are we being that we're feeling anxious? We're feeling anxiety. But no, it's not going to stop your manifestation. No way. No way. I like focusing on one affirmation at a time over and over. That goes down to you making the rules of your reality, Danielle, and you can absolutely do that. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. Can we manifest marriage with a celebrity? Yes. Do you have any success stories to share? I have several celebrity success stories. I did. There's a video and I can't think of it right now. I'm sure it says success story in the title, but she manifested her celebrity and she is currently now in a relationship with that person. And it's, she sent me the email, blah, blah, blah. So yes, on my YouTube channel, there is a celebrity manifestation success story. Yes, it's possible. Celebrities are not above us. They are not untouchables, right? They're not. They are just like you and I. It's the thinking that they are too special. They're too popular. They're multimillionaires, actors, actresses, musicians. They're untouchables. Fuck that. They are just like us. So stop the thinking that they're above you, because they aren't. They're just, more people know who they are. That's the only difference between you and that person. So yes, you can manifest a celebrity. And actually, one of my friends, Brittany Crabb, she is like manifesting meeting specific celebrities is like her forte. She does it constantly. And I believe there is a TikTok video on her channel where she discusses that. And if it's not there, it is on her YouTube. It's her manifestation video where she talks about it and she shares all the different celebrities she's manifested. So they're no different. They're just like us. So stop that thinking and just, whether you're say you like to affirm, just be affirming as if they were just a normal person like your damn neighbor. It really is the same. I promise you. I know it feels like it's a different kind of manifestation. It isn't. It's just who you believe you are relevant to that person. So right now you're probably seeing them as above you, a difficult manifestation because maybe you don't know them personally and they don't know you exist at this point. Doesn't matter. We're all connected to one consciousness. So are celebrities. They're a part of that same consciousness as you and I are. They are no different. I promise. I so promise. I wrote 2 days ago, I want an air hostess job. And today I found out that there's opportunities. I applied. Love it. Now you tell yourself that you're already working as one. I like to, if I'm gonna affirm or if I'm gonna script, or if I'm just talking to myself, because that's more of what I do. I talk to myself. That's how I get into embodying the state or making the decision of who the fuck I am. I talk to myself as if I'm already living that existence. So talk to yourself or affirm to yourself that you're already living as an air hostess. You already got the job. That's your life now. And decide what you want to make for income too. Get specific, right? We don't have to ever dumb down what we're manifesting. We're never too picky. We can be as picky and as specific as we want. It's just deciding that's who we are now. It's literally just a decision. I know that sounds too easy, too good to be true. It's not. It's a fucking decision, moment by moment. And when I say moment by moment, I'm just meaning thought by thought. Because remember, when we're manifesting, every thought that pops into our mind is not truth. It's not 100% true just because it came into your mind. You, as the manifester, are supposed to be the observer. By the observer, I mean observing your thoughts. We, as conscious manifestors, get to decide what thoughts belong to us and what do not. Use your body as your temperature gauge, meaning if a thought comes up and makes you feel like shit, maybe, you're never going to get your manifestation. You're never going to get your specific person. They don't want you. They don't love you. Blah, blah, blah. You're always going to be broke. Whatever the shitty thought is, you do not have to accept that thought as your truth. It does not matter what your 3D is telling you, right? Because we never let the 3D tell us who the fuck we are, right? Manifesting is getting ahead of your 3D, right? We don't rely on the 3D to tell us who we are. So when thoughts come in, and if they make you feel like shit, use that as your indicator as, okay, that doesn't belong to me anymore. That's not the reality I'm in anymore. That's my old self. And that's not who I am. I am this new version. I get what I want. I don't have limitations because we at our core are limitless, right? We choose to step into these limits, these limited beliefs. It's a choice, which I have a video going up on that, but it's a choice. Whether we think it is or not, it is, I promise you. So when you just see yourself as being limitless and there's nothing you can't have, right? You can have anything you want. You can be anything you want. You can do whatever you want. I mean, we don't want to hurt people. We don't want to do that, right? But you know what I'm saying. You can be, do, and have whatever the hell you want, including manifesting a specific person, right? That's always the most popular topic I get asked about. But think about it. Every day when you wake up, you decide to be most people decide to be the usual self, the person they're used to being. And when you get in the habit of saying, no, I'm not that person anymore, if you don't like something, right? I'm not that person anymore. That's not who I am. This is who I am, right? I'm the woman who's in the most loving, fulfilling, committed relationship of her life, right? I'm with someone that I'm head over heels in love with, and I know and trust they're head over heels in love with me too. We crave to be around each other. Whatever it is you want to experience, you start telling yourself that that's who you are, and watch your 3D change. It might feel unnatural to say it to yourself at first. It might even feel fucking corny or awkward. It felt corny to me. It did. But it's the repetition of making that choice, of deciding you're not going to let your thoughts control you. I'm not telling you to sit there and flip every fucking thought that comes in your mind. That's not sustainable manifestation. That's not sustainable. It's not. And that's why a lot of people get tired out, overwhelmed on their manifestation game or in their journey because they're flipping. They're afraid of all their thoughts and they're instantly flipping it, or they're being hard on themselves because they had a bad thought. Oh no, now it's going to manifest. Fuck that. No. That thinking in itself is keeping you stuck in a cycle. So no, free yourself. Decide you're limitless. Decide you don't have limits, any limited beliefs in the category you're manifesting. And anybody that's experienced trauma, you don't have to allow that trauma to hold you back anymore. I know just from coaching that a lot of people think that their traumatic experiences, have created probably some really shitty limiting beliefs, which is not their fault. But through the coaching, we get people to realize that trauma doesn't have to hold you back. It doesn't. And it doesn't have to make you a manifester who is more limited than the next person. Fuck that entirely. So don't worry. If you're someone who has had experiences, traumatic experiences, it doesn't have to hold you back. You get to choose to be who you want to be, right? You do. So that is available to everyone. And let me tell you why, because this is my favorite thing. If we all accept in manifestation that, now this is, if you believe in God, great, I do too. I don't know if I believe God is a he or a she, right? I don't think that way. I just think of God, the entity that has given us the ability to manifest, or who we really are at our core, right? So I see it as we have the I amness within us. I amness being God. If you don't believe in God, insert the word you do. Whatever it is, that entity, that within us, that is flawless. God is flawless. God doesn't have limited beliefs. And if God is having a human experience through us, we're choosing to keep telling ourselves we are people with limited beliefs. and we use our past experiences, good or bad, we use our past as the evidence of, well, hey, I had this experience, so I now have this limited belief. You get to say that's not you anymore. That's not you anymore. You don't have limited beliefs anymore. Yes, it can be that easy. And anyone who tells you that it's not is limited themselves, and it's not their fault. They just can't see it from any other perspective because they're stuck as a version of themselves. And I'm telling you, you can unstuck yourself by making the decision that you don't have limits. So if you're manifesting a specific person and that person is just not showing up the way you want them to, right? Yes, it's you choosing to be a version of yourself who's not having what you want or still believes there's something to fix. There's something in your self-concept to fix. It's that thinking that's keeping you stuck there. But when you decide you have no limiting beliefs around love, around relationships, around that specific person, you have no limiting beliefs. All your beliefs are favorable to you getting whatever the hell you want, whenever the hell you want. And you tell yourself that with repetition every day, no matter how you're feeling, no matter what the 3D is saying, you start doing that, things are going to change for you, including that specific person showing up the way you want. I'm telling you from experience. I'm not just saying it for the sake of fucking saying it. And I'm not selling you something to make you want to buy it by me saying that. No, there's nothing hidden. There's no secrets. It's a fucking decision. And it can be that simple. It really, really can. It's changed my life, right? And who you are, who you believe you are, is just another way of saying, what state are you in? They're literally the same thing. So I don't know how I went off on that tangent. Anyway. Hey, Kimberly, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you. If I stop thinking about my manifestation and stop affirming, will it reverse and not happen? Only if you believe that. And number two, if you are going back to old thinking, like my manifestation isn't going to come, I'm not going to get what I want, I don't have successful, whatever it is you were manifesting. You didn't say what you were manifesting. As long as you're not going back to old thinking, no. Listen, for anything you've experienced in your life, you weren't sitting there affirming until it showed up. No. We utilized imagination and we didn't realize what we were doing, but experiences kept showing up. Now you know that you were unconsciously manifesting. But let me say it like this. If you are deciding, hey, this is who I am now. I'm the woman who gets it all, or I'm the man who gets it all. You know, I'm happy and abundant in my love category, my money category, and I'm just deciding that's how my life is. And that's it. And that's all you do, which, by the way, is all I do. You're not going to start losing things. Things aren't going to start reversing, because if you believe that you're successful in every category you're manifesting in, if you just have that belief in itself, because it's the law of assumption, what you assume to be true will be true, right? So if you assume that deciding not to affirm today, I don't feel like affirming today, I don't feel like doing it, I'm taking a break from my manifestation game, but I'm making the belief that it doesn't matter, I can take a fucking day off. And I'm not letting my thoughts go in another direction. I'm not creating a belief that if I stop my manifestation game today, that everything's going to reverse. You'll be fine. You can create any belief you want. Any belief. Why? Because there are infinite states, infinite versions of you. So there's a super limited version of you somewhere, and there's the version of you who truly knows that they're completely limitless and can have whatever the hell they want. All of these versions exist. You're just choosing to be whatever one you want to be. We get caught up with looking at our 3D and fearing things, or seeing a circumstance and thinking that that circumstance means now I'm not going to get my manifestation because this doesn't make sense. It's just you choosing to believe that over and over again, right? So yeah, it doesn't have to go backwards unless you believe it's going to. For real. And as far as how I manifest, I don't do a lot. Let's just be real. All I do is decide who the fuck I am. Decide who the fuck I am relevant to what I'm manifesting. And I'm really only consciously thinking about it when I first wake up in the morning and when I work out. That's when I love to tell myself what my life looks like and who I am now. And I'm telling you, my manifestations come in. And I'm in the best relationship of my life. And I'm being treated exactly like I said I am going to be treated. Do you see what I'm saying? I decided that that's who I am now. I don't have any limited beliefs around love. I'm having the best relationship of my life. And I am. And that's exactly what manifests. Do you see what I'm saying? Manifesting doesn't have to be so difficult. So difficult. It's really not. We get fooled into thinking that it is, but it's not. Hello, lovely Kim. Well, hello. Thank you so much. I keep manifesting men with unsolved issues. What can I affirm against this? This is a perfect example of, okay, so you believe you are the version of yourself that keeps manifesting men with unsolved issues. So you believe that's who you are. So you have to change that. No, I only bring in men who are ready for whatever you're ready for. So if you're ready for commitment, marriage, having babies, you only attract men or bring men in who want exactly what you want. That's who you are now. That's who you are now. And you have no limited beliefs around love. That's who you are now. And whatever you want to experience in your relationship, how you want to be treated by that person, decide that's who you are now. Be as specific as you would like. I got specific. Like, I got really specific. I told myself, I feel claimed. I feel chosen. I feel loved, unconditionally loved. I feel wanted. I feel desired. I feel pursued. That's what my person makes me feel like. You know, we mutually enjoy being around each other all the time. We don't want to be away from each other. We can laugh together. I got as specific as I wanted, even down to his appearance. So, if you're bringing in men that are not what you want, it's because you believe that you are that person, that's what happens for you. Just like that, like when I first found manifestation in general, which it was the law of attraction when I found it, meaning there were no law of assumption channels anywhere. TikTok didn't even exist. I had a belief that I couldn't, manifest. Like I said, I was brand new to manifestation, but I couldn't get a relationship that would go past the 2-year mark, right? I couldn't get someone that made me feel exactly the way I'm trying to make them feel, right? That I would have nothing but unsuccessful relationships. And that's exactly what I was experiencing, realizing that that's who I believed I was. So that's exactly what I experienced. So when we change who we believe we are, and you could do it through affirmations, visualizations, whatever you like to do, manifestation game-wise. It's just a decision. It's just a choice. And although it, like I said, and I know I'm saying it a lot, but it's because I really want to make it clear. I know that sounds too easy, too simplistic to just decide I'm this person now. I know it sounds easy, like too good to be true. It ain't. It's not. I promise you. Talking from experience. Okay. Oh, is it freezing? The feed or the live stream itself? Freezing. Oh no. I hope it's not. I don't know what half of these damn symbols mean. I'm not even going to lie to you. I found out there's a third party today for my SPX, and I don't know them or what they look like. Wait a minute. You found out there's a third party. So your SP that you're manifesting has a third party, and you don't know them or what they look like. Okay? Good. That'll be easier to get rid of them. But I'd like to know why you're sharing that specific detail with me. Why are you sharing that specific detail? Is that because you're thinking to yourself, well, I don't know them. I don't know what they look like. So how did they show up in my reality? Are you thinking that? Yes, exactly. Okay. So, I'm trying to think of the best way to explain this. When we manifest a third party in our reality, number one, I don't think I should even need to say this, but we don't blame ourselves. We don't beat ourselves up for that shit, right? Okay. But when a third party manifests, you never had to think your person was going to cheat on you for that to manifest. Or you didn't have to have the direct fear that they would pick somebody else. You not feeling good enough, not feeling chosen, those two, which are like very, very common limited beliefs to have, you just having either one of those could manifest a third party. You see what I'm saying? So you don't have to know a third party. You don't have to think your person's gonna cheat. But if you're believing, or at some point was marinating and not feeling good enough, not feeling chosen, not feeling worthy of your SP, it can manifest a third party. And I'm not saying that to scare anybody. Decide that's not who you are anymore. We'll get rid of it. Why I think it's easier to get rid of a third party when you don't know the fucking details, because then you're not going to marinate on what they fucking look like, what their name is, where their social media is. It's a benefit to you. So you're not marinating. That's what I mean by that. And if you are, I saw someone ask quickly after that, well, what if I do know who the third party is? Don't worry, you can still get rid of a third party. It's just, you're going to be disciplined. You're not going to go on social media. You're not going to look things up about the third party. And if you've already done that, okay, you're all done with it. You're not doing that anymore, right? You don't want to keep the third party in your awareness. And don't get me wrong, I know that's not easy, especially if you are devastated, if you're hurt, if it was a cheating scenario. I know that's painful. And I know it's not just easy to just, not think about the fact that you're SP'd with somebody else. I know that. I'm not trying to say that. So my suggestion, when you're finding it difficult to not be triggered because a third party exists, or you're finding it difficult to just stop thinking that your person has another person, then you can use what I call a very short-term solution, which is if you want to affirm that, this third party only fucking exists in your reality to wake your person up to realize that they only want to be with you. Or you can affirm temporarily, very temporarily, that, third party has moved on. And the reason why I'm really trying to hit it home, this is a temporary short-term thing, because listen, manifestation is what it is. If you are putting your awareness on something over and over and over and over again, you're keeping it in your reality. That's who we are. Whatever we're aware of is what we have in our 3D world, right? That's manifestation. So I say short-term because the quickest, fastest way to get rid of a third party is drop it from your awareness. But like I said, I know that's not easy, especially if you're hurting. I know that's not easy. So when I say that short-term affirming, or if you're someone who likes to visualize, short-term visualizing or scripting it, you will know when it's time to stop doing that when you're no longer triggered by the third party, when you're not hurting still, when you're not in those emotions of pain, right? If you're at the point of finally just being neutral about the third party. When you stop seeing the third party as an obstacle, because they aren't. They are not an obstacle to you getting your manifestation. So when you get to the place of where you're no longer fearing or stressing over the existence of the third party, that's when you're going to stop affirming for them. Because that short-term solution is just to get you to the place of no longer fearing the existence, right? So when we're finally at a neutral place around the third party, that's when you stop affirming. Drop third party from awareness. That's the fastest way to get rid of them, truthfully. But, like I said, it doesn't matter that you don't know who third party is. Listen, we only manifest who we believe we are. So I think some people think that, like, for example, because I've been asked this a million different times, I never thought this thought. I never thought this thought. I never thought about this thing. So why did it manifest? I never thought that. Well, not every thought manifests. It's not about that. It's what you believe about yourself. It's your beliefs. It's your assumptions, which means any belief or assumption can play out any different way. Your subconscious mind or your God, your universe, is giving you a human experience. It's like your own personal soap opera playing out for you, right? So that you can believe that you're just a human having an experience. So number one, that's why you don't have to fear all of your thoughts. That's why you don't have to fear your fearful thoughts. You are choosing to be a different version of yourself. Not that there's anything wrong with the current version you are. That's not what I mean by it. I mean, you're choosing to be a version of yourself that doesn't fucking believe in limited beliefs, that doesn't think that they're not good enough for anyone in their 3D. You're changing your beliefs. But beliefs play out in, all different ways. It's not cookie cutter, not usually, right? The only thing I think of manifestation that is like cookie cutter is hot and cold behavior, because hot and cold behavior is just a direct reflection of your own hot and cold behavior, your own hot and cold thoughts, right? Beliefs. So you can get rid of this third party. They're really nothing to panic over. I know it's not fun thinking about your person being with somebody else. I know that does not feel good. Trust me. But they aren't cemented in your reality. Nothing is permanent unless you want it to be. Third parties aren't shit. They're not an obstacle. Don't believe that they are, because they're not. People get rid of third parties all the fucking time. All the fucking time. Follow my advice. You'll get rid of that third party, I'm telling you. Okay? But also, you need to decide that whatever you were feeling in regards to SP or around love and relationships, we got to decide that we're the versions of ourselves that doesn't have limited beliefs, right? You want to make sure you're changing that, right? Because we are always manifesting who we believe we are. Always. Your SP is talking to someone new now. Listen, I know that does not feel good. Temptations. I know. But don't you fall for that 3D illusion. It doesn't mean anything. What are your beliefs and assumptions around your love relationships? What are your beliefs about your person? Are there, and I'm sure there are, any beliefs where you feel like you're not good enough, you're not chosen, you're not their priority, you're not wanted, you don't have successful love relationships, things don't work out for you, we're expecting things to fail. Take a look at what you're really thinking about those subjects, and let's decide that that's not who we are anymore. And you can do it with affirmations, right? Using I am statements. You'll get rid of that. You'll get rid of the third party. Third parties are not hard to get rid of, I'm telling you. They're scary. I know that. They're scary because it's the threat. It's a threat that your person might not choose you. But when you decide who the fuck you are, with repetition, your 3D has to validate who you believe you are, right? It has to validate you. It has to show you who you believe you are. And if you become the version of yourself who believes that they can have their specific person and that specific person loves you unconditionally, then it has to show up in your 3D. So there's nothing to fear. I know it doesn't feel good, but I promise it's not an obstacle. There are no obstacles. There are none. And let me also say this. Listen, on my manifestation journey, I have manifested breakups that we call solo vacations on my channel. This was all before I understood states of consciousness, for what it's worth. But do you think for one fucking second that I looked at those solo vacations, those breakups, as good? As a good thing? No. Okay, I fucking instantly panicked. This was in my very, very earlier days of manifestation. I was still a baby manifester. I saw those breakups as, oh my God, I'm not going to get my manifestation. You know, my world is over. It definitely felt like a fucking obstacle. I was very, very scared. And I cried every fucking day. And I had anxiety every fucking day. Every day. I'm a journaler. I was journaling it. I have the proof. I was a hot mess express during those solo vacations. Okay? Hot mess express. I did not think that fucking breakup was leading me to my manifestation. Okay? So I want to make this clear. It's okay if you're having a moment, an emotional moment regarding your manifestation. That's why I say you can't fuck it up. You're not going to fuck this up. It's okay to have your moments of being scared. I certainly was, and I got my person back. Okay? But here's the tip. We, especially if we're just finding manifestation or it's finally, clicking, we have been conditioned. Ooh, look at that sexy shit. Thank you so much, Disco Balls. Yes. Okay, sorry. We have been conditioned prior to realizing that we've been manifesting. We've been conditioned to look at our 3D and let that determine who we believe we are. And we have been conditioned to think circumstances, specific circumstances, equal something else. Meaning, prior to manifestation, a breakup to me would be devastating. It would feel like, okay, never going to talk to that fucking person again. They don't fucking want me, right? Logical thinking, because that's how we are conditioned. So when we come to manifestation, we have to break the habit of that conditioning, right? We don't want to think logically anymore. Logic is never invited to the manifestation party. So we have to get into the habit of realizing something can show up in our 3D that we do not fucking like. But that doesn't instantly equal, well, now I'm not going to get my manifestation because this circumstance showed up. No, there's a reason why that popular phrase, circumstances don't matter, is all over the place. It's because they don't. Maybe, in the moment, right now, it makes no sense to you why that's even happening in your 3D. And it's uncomfortable as fuck. Thank you so much for all, I see all the roses and looks like a little man giving a heart. Thank you. I see all the other hearts coming in. I appreciate that very, very much. Logically, things might look really fucked to you right now. But remember, we are always perceiving our 3D from whatever state we're in, or also known as who you believe you are. So you have your own special little state glasses on that you're perceiving your reality through. Well, our eyes are limited. We have 3D logical, literal eyeballs that are looking at the 3D. So sometimes circumstances make no fucking sense to us, but they end up making total sense when we get our manifestation. That's why they say, hindsight is 20/20 vision. So bringing up my own breakups while I was in them, no, I did not think they were helping me in my manifestation game. And they definitely didn't feel like they were leading me to having my person. But I did get my person back, and I look back with my 20/20 vision in hindsight, right? Well, especially the second breakup, that's where states of consciousness finally made sense to me. Finally made sense. I finally had my light bulb moment, and I had read every Neville Goddard book and lecture more than once, and I hadn't understand the states thing yet. It wasn't until I was in that solo vacation that I went back to rereading, relearning. And I had my moment. I'm like, oh my fucking God, this is what states means? Oh my God. Boom. Changed my life. And you bet your ass I got my person back. But it didn't make sense to me in the time. It makes sense to me now. I don't know when states would have finally clicked for me. And your state is everything, because your state is who you think you are. Who you think you are is what we're always manifesting from. So, circumstances don't have to fucking make sense to us, okay? And I'm not telling you that, oh, you're always going to manifest something shitty. That's not what I mean. But when circumstances arrive and we don't know why they're here, they don't make sense, and even maybe we don't like them, don't worry about it. You're still going to get your manifestation, even if it doesn't feel like it. Doesn't matter. You're still going to get your manifestation, because somehow, some way, your subconscious mind or your God, your universe, fucking moonbeams, whatever you believe in, is taking everything, every experience to get you to your manifestation. Everything's leading you to exactly what you want. I didn't always believe that. Well, now I know through experience that is true. So there's never anything to fear. Ever. That is our old logical thinking that tricks us into believing that, oh my God, this is a bad circumstance. This means I'm not going to get what I want. This is fucking with my manifestation. Nope. You just might not understand why that's here. But you're still going to get what you want. You're still going to get that manifestation. Don't worry. Right? Don't worry. As long as you are making the daily decision to be your best version, or the version of yourself that has whatever they want or has that relationship, right? Even if you don't fucking feel like it, you're still making that decision. You're going to get what you want. Don't worry. There are no obstacles. There are no outside entities taking things away from you, right? It's not like God, or if you believe universe or whatever, there's no one sitting on the mountain like Gandalf and saying, you shall not pass. None of that is happening. So no one's sitting in the background and saying, this person can have their manifestation. That person can have theirs. Not you, though. Sorry, I just don't feel like you being happy. I want your life to suck so you can't have yours. That's not happening. There's no one fucking with you on the outside. No one. So if you want something, then you decide that's who you are. That's who you are. And your 3D has to validate that and give it to you. I'm talking from experience. I'm telling you. And like I said, and I'm going to keep saying it, I'm not selling you anything. You don't have to coach with me. You don't have to come over to YouTube. That's usually where I am, is YouTube. You don't have to join my channel memberships. I go live exclusively with my channel members. You don't have to do anything. You don't got to spend a fucking dime. I'm not selling you anything. So me telling you that this works and it is as easy as just deciding to be the new version of yourself, I have nothing to gain other than to hopefully open your eyes to the truth that it really is that fucking easy and simple, right? I'm not selling you a course. I'm not selling you false promises, or I'm not making any money off this fucking TikTok thing, right? TikTok don't pay shit. I got nothing to gain. And I say snarky little comments like that for a reason, because when I first found manifestation, like I said, there were no law of assumption channels. It was just law of attraction. I didn't trust manifestation. I didn't believe it worked. I didn't. I wanted to believe. I so hoped that it was real and that I really could change my life with just changing my thinking. I wanted to believe it so bad, but I didn't. I was very skeptical, okay? And then I would watch these law of attraction YouTubers, and I'd get sucked in like, oh my God, oh, maybe this is real. Maybe this is real. And then they would tell me that they're selling me something. And that was the instant moment that I'm like, you motherfucker. God damn it. Yeah, I almost believed in you. And here you are now selling me something, which made me feel, oh, they're fucking lying. They just want me to buy their shit. It's not real. That's how I felt in the beginnings of my journey. So I didn't like that. And that's why I determined I would never do that. I'm not selling you anything. You don't have to coach with me. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to spend a fucking dime. You don't have to do nothing. Manifestation is real. But that's why I say those comments. It's not the creators that sell stuff. Some of them I like very much. They're very nice people. So it's not about me being mean to them. It's just I know what it's like to be on the other end of that, and that makes you lose trust. And I'm sorry if you're already someone who is skeptical, like I was. It's not easy to trust someone in a video that you don't know, right? You don't know me. Some of you do, but you don't know me on the outside, and I want you to believe me. I want you to know that manifestation is very, 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 very real. Very real. And you've got nothing to lose by changing your thinking about yourself. You have nothing to lose, and your world will change. Okay? And on that note, I do have to go because I got to go check my fucking dinner that I'm cooking downstairs, okay? And I'm losing light. But I made the promise that I'd come back live again on TikTok this weekend, and so here I am. And I'm going to be more active over here. But like my long form videos where I talk my balls off about manifestation, come on over to YouTube, Manifesting with Kimberly. That's my headquarters. That's the home office, my YouTube. Okay? Thank you so much, all of you, for being here. Thank you for all the fucking little gifts and shit that's coming through. The hearts, the likes. I appreciate, I don't take none of this shit for granted. Not 1 ounce of it. Okay? I appreciate it all. Thank you so much. I see another rose coming. Thank you so much. I'm just a regular bitch. Just a regular person from fucking central New York. Nothing special. Basic bitch here. So if I can manifest whatever the fuck I want, so can anybody else. Okay? And on that note, look at this shit. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for everything. I appreciate it. And I'll be back soon. Okay? Love you all. See you all. Have a wonderful Sunday.